Zander here with Aikido, and today we're going to show you how to make hacks. Now, first thing you got to do is go to hackido.org and print out a stencil. You can find it under Disciples or How to Make a Hack. And once you get the printout, there's going to be a lot of instructions there, small kind of things about what the lines are for and help you out making it. And yeah, we're going to cut them out. So get yourself a pair of scissors. Start cutting. All right, you don't need to be too precise in cutting this part, right? It's just kind of good. I mean, the closer to the lines, the better, of course, but it's not an exact science here. And just cut until you have the finished cutout. Right, now this is a little flimsy, right? It's not going to work very well when you put it onto your fabric. It's going to move around. So what I like to do is transfer it to a piece of cardstock. Now I just got this off of a cereal box, cut it out. All right, and you grab yourself a pen. Sharpies work best. Okay, you take it and you start outlining. Woo. Again, it's not real. This part doesn't really matter too much because this is just going to be your outside cut. But the folding after this part is going to be what's kind of important. All right, so Sharpie goes down. This can go to the side, and you have that. And then we cut out again. All right. Well, I need the Sharpie in a moment, but no big deal. Here we go. Bingo. Don't need that anymore. But we do have this. Now, what's great about this is we can put it now onto fabric and it won't move around so much. So we put it on the fabric, and you're going to make two patterns right now, right? It's a basic pattern thing, stitching of a pattern. So, go around like this, boom, and one more. Yeah. Ooh. Boom. Two of them. Cut them out yet again. Now, the funny thing is I've literally done thousands of these. I started doing these hacks back in '98, I think. And started making them. They're fun to make every time you do it, honestly. It's pretty cool. But, at least in my opinion, they amuse me. Now we have two of them. So, what we're going to do now is take, I used wax thread. I tried other type of threads and they come apart really easy, so I recommend the wax nylon thread. And so this is about a yard of it, a meter of it, let's say. All right? Boom, cut that out. Then you take a needle. All right, now this is a tapestry needle, so it's dull on the end. All right, I recommend tapestry needles for safety. All right, safety first, everybody. So thread the needle, boom, shakalaka. Don't thread it all the way halfway. What we're going to do is we're going to get about this much space left over. All right, so it's not all the way threaded. But before we do that, crimping. We're going to be basically pushing down around the rim. This is the fabric that's going to go on the inside of the hack, right? So you want to make sure you crease it. Oh, by the way, hemp fabric. I use hemp fabric ever since I started making them. Hemp fabric. It's better for you. It's better for the planet. Anyway, choose hemp. Got this down to a science. I've done lots of this too. So it takes a little bit of time the first time you do it, right? But the difference between me doing a hack and somebody who's just starting, I could do one in about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the wind. But most people would take like, a little minimum like an hour to do the first one. Hour and a half is like outer. So I say an hour and a half is the first, what you're going to do to take it the first time. All right, so now we got two sides. All right? Take said needle and thread. We're going to put it through one side. So it's this way, at about that depth, which is also on the paper. This little thing will have a little dot where about how far away you need it to be. And then we're going to take the other side and put them together like this. So you have a T, if you will. We're going to take the needle, put it through there, and we're going to go through the other side. Boom. Put it all the way through. But not all the way through.
Just about that much left over, right there and there. And we're going to do a square knot right now.
Hopefully I have an image of a square knot coming up right now so you know exactly what a square knot is, but if you don't know, it's one side goes one way, one side goes the other way, and it's a basic first knot that you do. Boom. All right. Now we're going to go back to that needle and thread, chalk it right in there, right in between. Now, the way I grip it, I mean, everyone, I'm not sure if people have a different way of doing it. Grip it like this, as close as you can. Put your finger, the needle where your finger is, so you have a lot of pressure and security. Just remember to look out for your thumb. I've got plenty of blood on hacks just going through it's a tapestry needle, but it still, it can, you know, it doesn't feel good. So, but that's your first one. It's called a blanket stitch. This is an image of a blanket stitch. And what it does is creates a nice stitch that stretches, so when you kick the hack around, it's just a great stitch. Sure. Now you got to make a lot of them to go all the way around. It's about, I think it was like 40 stitches, maybe. Let me start counting them while I'm doing it. Hold on. Takes a little bit of time. We're continually making the blanket stitches all around. Sometimes that happens. All you gotta do is just readjust. There's so many little things you'll learn about how to sew when doing this, but no worries. You're gonna get where the string's not gonna go through. All right. So you take this and you pull it down just a little bit. This is to avoid threadbare, because if you have it in that one spot all the time, the thread's gonna get really weak at that point. So you just keep on moving it every once in a while. Now, fun story of how when I first got to playing hack, when I had all my things down to one backpack from something experience that was great. One of my really good friends I was leaving, I'll never see this guy again, but he like handed me a hack. He goes, well, he asked me, do you have a hack in your pocket? I go, no. He goes, dude, pulls it out of his pocket. He goes, this is gonna be the best gift anyone's gonna ever give you. Just keep it in your pocket, bro. I'm like, okay, it's a hack. Give him a hug. Never see this guy again. You know, I end up traveling someplace and having this thing in my pocket, and I just started kicking it around, you know, just once, twice, 3 times, yay. What quickly happened is every time I did it, I'd find something else that was cool about it, of course, right? I became pretty good with it. Really fast. I mean, you know, before long I was kicking 4 or 5 times, no worries. I just go to a park somewhere and pull out a hack and start playing with myself. Somebody fun would jump in. Anybody who'd jump in, I mean, 99.9% of the time, amazing people, of course. We're all amazing, but cool people who are outgoing and wanted to play. So you play a sport that basically is fun, entertaining. There's no violence in it. It's cooperative competition. Everyone leaves a hack circle happy. If you learn how to make one of them, making 3 is easy. That's my story of why I became hack. That was a number of years ago, and great time with it. But these things, what I encourage people to do and what I'm hoping people will do, that you can make something like this for your youngin', your new birth into this life, right? And what they can do with that is they take this thing that you've made for them, and you put a lot of love into it. I mean, each one of these things, you know, it's a lot of love. But then they have this little ball as babies that they can grip like this, you know? Just squeeze, it helps build muscle dexterity, finger coordination. But I make blank ones for babies so that they can chew on them as well. And with the hemp fabric, hemp seeds inside, it's great for the teething process. Hack is one of the most joyous things I've come across along this experience. And it's just a subtle reminder that play anytime, anywhere that you can. Invite others into the play. Make your play. Be your play. Almost there. Bear with me. Okay. 1005. Okay, we're there yet. And all I need is a little bit of water. There it is. I'll finish this first, and then I'm getting water. Okay, all right, we are almost there. So now, another good thing to do, you can do every once in a while is back check. I go from the end where the end spot is, and I kind of like feel where I'm supposed to go with it, and try and go backwards to see how much space I have. Inevitably, I will have, unless I did it perfectly, I'm going to have a little space thing, all right, where it does not look like it's come out exactly correct. So you make small adjustments, like right there, I'll just fold a little bit extra fabric into that spot, all right? I just crunched up a little bit, so it's not really more fabric, but I just push the fabric together, all right? And then, I like making hacks. Did I mention that before? Because I do. I make a lot of hacks. So I'm almost finishing up the hack right now, and I'm not going to complete it all the way, right? You want to leave enough space for the filling. So on the bottom of said sheet, you will find a funnel-shaped thing. So you cut out this funnel-shaped thing like so with scissors. All right, and oh yeah, almost there. Okay, boom, and then there's one little part in the middle that we're gonna also get cut out. All right, voila, the funnel. So we're gonna take a piece of tape, which I happen to have close by. Insert the funnel together, like so, and tape it. Voila. So, inside there's going to be a little measuring thing as far as what type of seeds you want to put in. I use hemp seeds because hemp seeds are great. I pour them in here, just like that, and fill her up. So you're going to have to move around the bag a little bit, of course, to get it to flow a little bit. It'll get stuck, but that's like, just a feel it out thing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So just, you get where you want it to be at. You try different sizes if you're making more than one. If you're just making one, then try the size that you make is perfect. I had mentioned before, we are using a tapestry needle, so less chance of injury. All right. Okay, so at this point right here, I'm going to do one more stitch. That's not that big of a deal, but right there. And then the very fat last blanket stitch. We're going to go past the original, the first stitch we did, square knot, go underneath it, last blanket stitch, and now we're going to do a slip knot. So we start from this side, we pull it, put through, okay, all right, now we're going to take this loop right here, we're going to come through the loop all the way, but the second time we're going to go through the loop but then back through here, all right, and what that's going to do is going to start pulling it up and it's going to start sliding down, and with the wax thread it's going to keep a nice tight knot right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go between the crease, between the two fabric pieces, go through there, poke it out the other side, easily enough, all right, and here you have a hack. Now this is the one I'd make for a baby. This one will go to a baby somewhere. It's hemp fabric with hemp seeds, so the hemp seeds are really good for the teething process. They can't bite on it, but also they can grip it, hold it around, throw it. So it's something really good that people can easily make for their babies. Their next whatever love things, and they'll have a bundle of fun with them anywhere they go. And check it out. So at Hacky, I can make up custom hacks for people, at hackydo.org. But these things they'll have everything on there with the stencil or whatever, and they're easier to make up. The lines are already pre-drawn. So those can be ordered up at hacky.org. Just let me know what you need, and we could do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your time. Aloha to you all, and have a great